Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, or 2024 version of the 5th edition starter set, Heroes of the Borderlands. So I picked this up from 401 Games, and yeah, this is something I've been really looking forward to since it was announced. I knew that they were putting a lot into this starter set, but the one thing I wasn't exactly expecting was just how thick this is going to be. Before I get any further, this is part of my week-long starter set series or starter set videos, where Monday through Friday I'm unboxing different starter sets in my collection. Saturday I'll be doing a starter set Saturday video on the Alien role-playing game, and on Sunday I will be comparing the original and remastered versions of the Pathfinder 2e beginner boxes. And truthfully, like, this really reminds me of the beginner box. So let's just take a look at like just the thickness of this box compared to the original starter set. So, you know, it's a pretty decent thickness as far as the box is concerned, and unlike the original 5e starter set, this one does not feel like it is largely empty. Before we take a look at, you know, the contents or do the unboxing portion here, we do have the artwork on the front, and I do love the idea, like the dragon fighting the heroes there. You know, you got the fighter with like the helmet. You have your cleric, your wizard, and your rogue sort of looking in the background there. You have the keep in the background from the Keep on the Borderlands, and it just sort of has like a very it's kind of evocative of like old school fantasy art, because you got like the red dragon there, but the dragon is, you know, about the same size as the heroes themselves, so it's not like they're fighting something the size of, you know, the keep itself. So it's really cool to see. I do like the it's nice and bright and colorful. I really do like this artwork. And then the box itself, the other sides of the box are red, and we got the mimic on one side there. On the top of the box, we've got a little hatchling. Is that a copper dragon? I think that's a copper dragon. I'm not as good at distinguishing the some of the metallic dragons. And then on this side, we've got a list of the contents, as well as a list of the contents on the bottom portion of the box as well. So this one here, I don't have the... it doesn't have an MSRP on it, so like a suggested retail price. But this was around $60, I think, with shipping and things like that. So it is definitely more on the expensive side as far as starter sets go. But again, this does feel pretty heavy. So I think there's going to be a decent amount of stuff in here. So let's go ahead and get the plastic off, and we will take a look and see exactly what we have. Now, a lot of Wizards of the Coast packaging over the last couple of years has been designed to like cut down on plastic. I will say though, for something like this big and this like heavy and bulky, and with what I'm assuming are going to be a lot of small components in there, I am glad that they decided to actually seal it with plastic. So let's go ahead and lift the lid off here. I feel like the lid is on there pretty good. And like I said, the size of the box reminds me a lot of the Pathfinder beginner games, or Paizo beginner games. Alright, so yeah, this thing is quite is filled right to the top here. We do have the read me first, and you know, if you're more of a like YouTube tutorial type of person, it does look like there's a QR code that you can scan to sort of go through there. Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of go through this without any particular plan, but we've got in here, so we got the choose your role, so play a character, so to make a character, becoming or being the dungeon master, what that might entail, And yeah, it looks like you're going to be using sort of like a card system to create your character. So you have like the class, and then you have your species, your background, and then your equipment. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's really great for, like, again, like visual learning. We got just the back showing some of the other components there. Then we've got the player guide, and these are actually like stitch bound. So it's instead of being stapled, they're actually stitched together. And it does reference the original Keep on the Borderlands there, which is, again, always cool to see. And, you know, if this, hopefully this, you know, sort of catches on and, you know, becomes like the entry point for a new wave of RPG enthusiasts, and they'll be able to have their own experience with the Keep on the Borderlands, so that'd be kind of cool to see. So looks like we're just going through the components here. Got the monster card. So I like the artwork. Actually, I really like the fact that the artwork, and it's sort of similar to what they did with the monster manual. It looks like the artwork on the creature cards, and it was copper. It looks like the artwork for the creature cards has them sort of like in an actual scene, and not just like artwork against a white void. And then they have their stats on the other side there. So again, that's really cool. I like the fact that they have the dice here represented like they are, you know, made from stone. So going through like the actions, advantage, disadvantage. So it looks like a pretty decent like introductory rule book here. Damage and healing. Conditions, casting time. Combat, the combat system. Rules glossary. And actually the rules glossary is pretty handy to have as well, because that's a lot of your key phrases. So you'll be able to look them up based on that. And was that a 30 page rulebook? So again, some cool artwork there on the front. Looks like you got your heroes going up against a group of tieflings. And then we have a book for the wilderness. So this is an adventure booklet. I don't know how much I really want to spoil here, but we do have the keep itself, and we do have the Caves of Chaos. And again, I don't want to spoil the scenario here. This is a brand new set that just came out. We've also got the Keep on the Borderlands. So again, this is an adventure booklet, so there would be like scenarios and things that you can do just within the keep. And again, I think that map looks pretty good. And they do have these flipped over so that the spines don't start stacking up, so that's probably a good idea, as I don't do that myself. And then we've got the Caves of Chaos. So that again looks really cool. Some really nice artwork just on these. And again, I don't want to go through too much here. But it is cool to see them sort of bring back this really iconic, this really iconic adventure location. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but even like the internal maps here also look really cool. Very visually appealing. And then, again, something that, like, I'm really impressed so far, because we actually have like a handout for the Castellan of the Keep, as he basically, like, for, like, I guess the characters coming to the keep itself. It even includes like the watermark on the paper, which is really, again, that's really cool to see. We've got visual aid. Oh, okay. It's like, oh no, it's creased and folded, but it's not. But what this is it's actually like a shop's what they have available. So just some of the items that they have, how much they cost. We've got the menu from the we have the menu from the tavern. Looks like slice of cake is no longer available. There are the services provided by the. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a full blown temple, but at least like the local shrine. So you can get holy water for 25. You can get healing for 50. You can get a full on revival for 2,000 gold. So again, just like these are things that you might see up on like a on like a board in the middle of the town type of thing. Right. Then we got the different armors available, and some of the weapons available from the smith there. And then we've got some maps. And again, I'm not going to unfold these maps right now, but they should be double-sided. So you got Cave A and Cave B. And then Cave C and D. And again, they kind of remind me a little bit of like the old like Hero Quest board games. And then there's F and E, I would assume, on the other side there. G and H. Again, I'm not going to go through and unfold all these right now, but man, like, all right. So one of the things I complained about with the original starter sets, they didn't include any maps. This one's got a ton of maps. Now this one, I think I can unfold because this would be a map. Oh yeah, okay. So we got the Borderlands, or the Keep map here on one side. And then we've got the Wilderness map on the other. So that's really, really cool. That is really, really cool. And then we've got even more maps here. We got the Caves of Chaos. We've got the Fens map. And then on the other side of the Fens map is the Tamarack stand. This is just packed full of okay, those are our maps. So there's our little spacer thing, but that actually comes in really handy. Holds the maps down. And then this one is the trail. I'm assuming leading up to, well, it could be leading either up to the keep or up to the caves. And you just have like some wooded maps here as well. So really amazing number of like maps and stuff included here. So we got just on the map side of things, not even including the other like handouts. And I know it says it on the box, so I probably should have just looked there, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double-sided maps, all in this one starter set. So, yes, hard not to be impressed with everything here. And then we've got our character information. So we've got the cleric. Oh, okay. So we have level 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. Oh no, just 2 level 3. Wonder what the difference. Okay. And then we got the fighter. The rogue. And the wizard. And I'll take a closer look at those two like level 3 sides later. Just to see if there's anything about them that is different, or if it's just because it is only level 1 through 3. They just had one of the, like the other side be the same, just so it's not blank. I mean, I don't know. We'll take a look here. I'm just going to put these maps back in this handy dandy little thing clipping them down. So we got our character stuff, and then again, this is also really cool. Some more cardstock, but we've got just a ton of stuff. Okay. So we got gold piece tokens. So 1, 5, 25. So you can actually like give out actual like gold pieces, so that's neat. Then we've got the monster tokens. So this is like very much reminding me of like the 4E, you know, like starter sets and stuff where they had like the tokens that just lay flat. And I do like the fact that they also have on the other side, they actually have multiple. If they have like multiples, they're lettered. You have no idea how handy that can be when it comes to like tracking who's got how much damage on them. So that's pretty awesome. We have some more. We have some more monster tokens there, including some bigger monsters. And it looks like we got some bases here because we got some options for the player tokens. And they actually stand up on the table, whereas the monsters just lay flat. So that is really cool. Hit point trackers, power tokens. And that's just a blank piece of cardstock to keep everything, nice to keep everything from getting scuffed. And then, oh boy, whoop, we have our dice set, which is a full 11 set of dice here. So you have your percentiles, along with 2d20s and 4d6. Now here's something that I really like, because you're getting all kinds of tokens. It just gives you a whole bunch of the plastic baggies. And I don't think I'm going to go through and open up all of the cards here right now. But we do have like background cards and like spell and ability cards here on this side. Now, and a nice plastic tray in here. The plastic tray, although it is fitted like specifically to the size of the cards that they are now, so I think you can get some like really like, I don't know if they call them perfect fit sleeves or not. They might be able to fit in there, but like traditional Dragon Shield sleeves won't be able to fit in there. And then we've got some NPCs and some equipment cards. And again, something that's kind of cool is just a pad of combat trackers, along with just again a cardstock divider there to keep things separate. So initiative, combatant, hit points, conditions there. So that's really cool to see. You got like the death saves that you can keep track of. So that's really cool. It's just, again, just a really simple inclusion of just a tear-off pad of paper for that. And then we've got what looks like our creature cards and some Game Aid rules explanation cards. So, holy heck. This starter set does not mess around at all. I am really impressed with the quality of everything that they've got in here. With like the tray and everything, it's sort of in like using cards to create your characters. It does kind of walk the line between an RPG and a board game, but again, if you're looking for something that's for beginners and sort of get people that are new into the hobby, you know, getting people with like a board gaming background is not the worst way to go. You're like I said, you're getting a ton of stuff for what you're paying here. Like just an absolutely incredible amount of things. Like this box is just loaded. So yeah, whatever complaints that I had about the original starter set being a little lacking in terms of what was in there, that has definitely gone out the window because this thing is just loaded with is absolutely just loaded with stuff like this. I think you're getting your money's worth out of this. So you get to revisit an iconic location, one of the most well-known D&D adventures of all time. To be able to like revisit that or have a whole new generation of people, get their first introduction to the D&D game through that same the Caves of Chaos. Really, really cool to see. Just a massive box set that is just packed full. So I'm really interested in looking more in depth into this. I think in a future video I will use the cards to create a character, and this will be going up on the starter set Saturday poll, probably in the very near future, because I do want whatever starter set that I do for that series to always be based off of like people's votes. But I'm going to be throwing this up, I think, on the very next poll. So in fact, I'm considering basically doing like all of the starter sets, or at least 4 of the 5 that I unbox this week will probably be what goes up on that poll, which will be going up on Friday. Anyway, let me know in the comments below. Have you picked up the brand new starter set? If so, what are your thoughts on, have you made characters with it? Try not to spoil too much. I know that it's based off of like a module from the early 1980s. But try not to spoil too much of like the plot twists and stuff, or the story elements there. But yeah, let me know what you thought of your experience with it if you've gotten this yourself. Anyway, thank you all so very much for your time. I truly appreciate it. And this was the Wednesday video for the starter set week of unboxings and other starter set related videos. And I'm looking forward to what comes next. So I haven't fully decided what that's going to be, so I'm not going to say it ahead of time, but come back tomorrow to see which starter set I do an unboxing of this time around. Anyway, thank you all so very much for your time. I truly appreciate it, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.